Welcome back to another episode of Level Up Your Game. My name is Rip and I'm joined by MYK and Bobino. Last time around we covered a lot of the combo system, ground combos as well as air combos. This time around though, we're going to cover more of the wall combo system. Now, positioning is something that's important to all fighting games. In 2D games you have corner control, or in other 3D games you have ring outs. Tekken doesn't really have either of those, but Tekken has the wall system. And basically, you want to position yourself to the wall, to get your opponent to the wall, so that you can deliver a lot more damage on the wall. So we're going to talk about the wall system in this episode, we're going to talk about the wall combos, talk about stuns, and some other stuff we may have missed out on, as well as frame data. So kick back, relax, and get ready
to level up your game. Unlike most fighting games which has corners and ring out and stuff like that, Tekken is content with walls. So what is walls good for? Walls are good for making general knockdown moves that weren't possibly a combo starter into a combo starter, and makes certain moves a lot more dangerous, and especially moves that normally aren't launchers into launchers per se. So let's start off with an example here with Jinpachi's back 1+2. As you can see, it just gives a quick knockdown in the open, doesn't give any kind of combo. But at the wall, boom, back to the wall, you can get a full combo after that. Yeah, just a mini example right there, but you can turn that into many other things. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the wall, heavy wall stun. So this is when your opponent's back is directly at the wall and you splat them onto the wall. And you'll notice that the opponent will be falling face down, feet away, and when you get them in a heavy wall stun situation.
You see they're stunned at the wall for a second, and then they slowly fall off and land face down.
Yes, that's correct. If you don't do any follow-up hits.
Right.
Yeah. So the next one I'm going to talk about is a wall splat. So in a wall splat situation, you'll notice that they fall down differently from the wall. Their feet come down first, and they kind of slump off the wall, and they end up face up, feet towards. So this is a little bit different than a heavy wall stun and a wall splat, because the way they fall off the wall. But generally, if you get one hit after a heavy wall stun, it basically becomes a wall splat.
Right, and generally also, when you have a combo in the open and you end at a wall, that's the situation where you usually get a wall splat.
Yeah, you're never going to, the only times you're ever going to get a heavy wall stun is when they're directly at the wall and you get them in a knockdown move that puts them on the wall like this. And then generally you could do something like that,
right,
where you could backdash and splat them on the wall, take them off the wall a little bit and do a little float combo.
And turn it into a wall splat.
Yeah, turn it into a wall splat. Or you could do it directly on the wall and turn it into a wall splat as well. And you'll notice that I did one hit and now they're at face up, feet towards position as well. The next thing I'll talk about is a high wall splat. So you'll notice that the height of this wall splat is a little bit different from the last one, as their feet is all dangling off the air while not, it's not touching the floor yet until after like a hit or a couple seconds. So now you'll see that after one hit, their feet are touching the floor. Sometimes you can get a little bit more than one hit. Depends on your character and the combo and the string.
Right.
So you generally get more damage that way, but basically all this stuff I'm talking about is just to get a combo where you normally wouldn't be able to when you're backed, when you get them into a position that favors you and not your opponent.
Cool. So basically, once you get them in like a high wall splat or something, we see them falling off the wall slowly. They're going to eventually touch the ground and be on the floor. This is referred to as a wall slump. So let's go ahead and talk to them more about the wall slump system and basically how you can do a wall combo, or how you can use this to do a wall combo.
Alright, so as you guys saw in the last episode, we have a combo structure such as a launcher, a filler, a bound, a filler, and an ender, or you can just go right into the ender or what have you. But in a wall combo situation, you can do just that as well, but it's a little bit different. But it's still the same idea, except you are using the walls to your advantage as well. So I'm going to use back 1+2 to start off the combo, put in a wall stun situation, and I'm going to try to get a little filler before I get the bind. Alright, so that was a small example of using the wall splat benefit of the opponent falling forward. I floated him off the wall, got him into a splat situation, used the bound, and I got the ender at the end.
Nice. So how many hits do you basically get in this wall slump?
Alright, so talking about wall slumps, it's a kind of a tricky topic because you can get a lot of hits and sometimes you can't get a lot of hits. It really depends on the string for your character, and there's also a thing called a low wall hit as well.
Which we'll get to in a second.
It doesn't go towards the wall counter, like the juggle counter that we were talking about in the
Right.
open. So
basically in the open, there's only a certain amount of hits you're going to be able to get before they fly way too far.
Yes.
In a wall combo, there's basically a certain amount of hits before
or they
you won't
start
be able to hit
slumping
them.
too fast.
Right,
Yeah.
because they'll be on the ground basically, and they'll be out of the combo.
So these are combo restrictors to kind of limit you from getting infinite combos, basically.
Right, so wall slump is basically the same as like a juggle counter in the open.
Yes, that's correct.
Similar kind of concept there.
So we're trying to demonstrate right here with Jinpachi. I'm going to splat him on the wall. I'm going to use a 2-hit move, the second hit being a bomb move with your opponent's back directly at the wall. Alright, as you can see right there, since I used a 2-hit move and the second hit being a bound move, I used a 1-hit on the wall for Jinpachi's down forward 3, and then the 1 is his bound move from that string. And then I try to follow up with his 3-hit wall ender forward 2, 1, 1+2. And as you can notice, Alex started slumping way too fast for the last hit to even connect. But if I decided to restrict that bound move to just a 1-hitting bound move, as you can see right there, if I restricted it by 1 hit, his ender was able to connect, and the opponent didn't slump too fast as well. But there are, as you can see, like in some combo videos and certain match videos that you'll see out there, there's characters doing like tons of hits on the walls. And how's that working? There's generally, some characters have some certain strings that will hit on the wall no matter what, no matter how fast they slump. That's why some of those combos work.
Right.
Some of those other wall combos work because the character holds them in place while you can get 2 hits in. And there's a bunch of creativities to kind of move away from this wall restriction of a wall slump.
Okay, so let's go ahead then. I mean, we showed them a good example with one character. Let's go ahead and switch characters and bring in Kunimitsu and Lars and show them an tag assault combo.
So now I'm going to demonstrate a tag assault combo at the wall with a bunch of hits in it. Alright, so that was an example of a really big combo with a bound, tag assault, stance cancel, strings, and another string, and a bunch of low hits as well.
And
So-
a good example of how you can have way more than just like 3 hits.
Yeah,
after a
that's
while.
a prime example of how you can have way more than a couple hits on the wall.
Yeah, that's because of Kunimitsu string and Lars' strings.
Yeah.
Just the formation of the string, I guess. Like
Yeah, it's
the way to hit
like I
it.
said, certain strings in this game will hit no matter what, no matter how much wall slump there is, and
Hard to explain, just, guess and check, just practice.
yeah, a couple strings in this game have a property of hitting no matter what. So.
Okay, cool.
And also, as you noticed in the scaling in that combo as well, the scaling jumped up to 60% every now and then. That basically means that every time there's a low wall hit in this game, the scaling jumps back up to 60%. But if there was a low wall hit in the middle of the string at a wall combo, then the scaling will continue off from where it left off previously. So let's say you were at 45%. It goes like the scaling goes 135 standing hit, then 60, 50, 50, 45, 45, 45. Let's say you got a low wall hit in between the 45. Then the next following hit will take off from where it left off at 45% as well.
Okay, so it might go 45, 60, 45.
Yeah.
That's just a short example.
Yeah, exactly. So,
So what exactly is a low wall hit?
so I'll demonstrate it right here with Lars. I'll wall splat him, bomb, and then boom. That last hit right there, as you notice, will do 60%. As you notice, the character was fully laying down on the ground. Yeah, it's basically when you hit your opponent's character when they're completely laying down on the ground in your combo, and it gives you a higher damage boost in that combo when you get a low wall hit.
So it's kind of like a bonus for catching them at the end of the wall slump almost?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
That's pretty much about it for low wall slump.
cool. So I think that wraps up most of the basic wall combo properties. And we talked about heavy wall stun, wall splats. We talked about the wall slump, using your bound and tag assault in a wall combo, and how many hits you basically get out of those. And
There's a couple other special cases too, like sides wall slats as well. Yeah, as you can see right there, there's a side wall splat as well, or side wall stun, I should say. And you can also pick them up off the wall in those situations, and you can follow up with a combo.
Yeah, so these are basically just strange cases of heavy wall stuns, like if you catch them too much on one side or something with your wall stun move. Basically, if their back is not facing the wall cleanly, you're going to get the side angle and you're basically have to recoil them off because you're not going to get a full wall combo in those cases most of the time.
Yeah, that's correct.
Cool, so let's go ahead and then and move on to wall breaks.
Alright, since Tekken 4, Namco has first introduced walls to the Tekken games. And since then, walls have been an integral part of the Tekken series. And Tekken 6, they introduced two new things known as wall breaks and floor breaks. And Tekken Tag Tournament 2, they're also introducing another new feature, including for the stages, known as balcony breaks, which we'll get to in just a second. The first thing we're going to talk about right now is wall breaks. Like I talked about in the previous section, heavy wall stun moves, normally knockdown moves that you can't get a combo off of, with a wall there, you can. And in these situations, with a breakable wall, you can do just that and carry them even further with a bigger combo that you normally can't do because their back is at the wall. But in this situation, their back is going to be in the open since the wall has just broken up.
Okay, let's go ahead and show that real quick.
Alright, so we're going to demonstrate a heavy wall stun move here with Steve's Albatross 2, and then we're going to try to get a float combo afterwards to finish off the combo. Alright, so as you can see there, I broke the wall with a heavy wall stun move, got a filler, bound, and an ender. So you can basically consider this your wall stun move as your launcher in this sense, because you can get a full combo afterward, rather than just a regular wall combo.
Okay, but sometimes you get them to a wall.
Yes,
and
in
you
a wall
still break-
splat situation.
Exactly.
In a wall splat situation, it's a little bit different. As you saw right there, I used Steve's Albatross 2 to break the wall, and this won't break the wall in a wall splat situation. So let me demonstrate that here. See, as you can see there, as you can see there, I used the exact same move, but it didn't break the wall. This is because the only two types of move that breaks the wall is either a move that sends them really far away when you get them in a float situation, or it sends them with opponent spinning.
Okay, so basically, once you have an opponent wall splatted, these are the only two types of moves that are going to break the wall after that.
Yes.
And so it's either going to be moves that send them far away in a combo, or moves that send them spinning away in a combo.
Yes.
Spinning horizontally.
Rolling backwards.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's demonstrate two example of moves so we can see what you're talking about.
Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate it here with Steve's launcher, and then Steve's Core Circle 4-1, as you can see right there, even though the juggle counter was small, and it was right afterward, it sent them really far away. So that property will break the wall. And I'll demonstrate that here. As you can see right there, that broke the wall.
Okay.
And so the next thing I want to show you is the spinning state I was talking about in a combo, which will break the wall as well. As you can see right there, the last hit of Steve's Flicker 1 down 1 is going to send the opponent in a spinning state.
Spiraling through the air.
Yeah, spiraling basically.
Right.
Anything that spins in horizontally like that will break the wall as well. So I'll demonstrate that here. As you can see right there, the move that sent them really far away and the move that sent them spiraling, those two will break the wall.
Now let's just show them what Albatross 2 does in a combo so we can see what that looks like and why it doesn't break the wall in a wall splat state.
Yeah, it kind of gives like a generic dead
Float away,
float situation. So it won't, those kind of moves, even though they might wall stun, they will not break walls in a wall splat situation.
Cool, so I think that about wraps up the wall break situation. I mean, other than that, the only thing we might want to mention is that if you haven't used your bind beforehand, or your bound beforehand, you can still use your bound afterwards.
Yes, that's right.
And so the bound, you basically still get one pro combo in that situation. Nothing different there. So let's go ahead, Bob, and move on to floor breaks.
Okay. All right, so there are certain stages where in portion of the ground, there's an opportunity to do a floor break. A floor break is when you do a certain move or throw, which will break the ground. Generally, that's a bound move or spike move, such as Michelle's down forward 1. Looks like that. So in this stage, you can tell this is the floor break because it's outlined nice and neat for you. So this whole gray section or black section If you do one of those moves that I mentioned, it will break the ground. But note that the only time it'll actually break is when the character you're controlling is actually on that same portion of the ground where it's breakable. So if Michelle were to be here and I try to do a spike or ground break and Angel is on there, it won't break because I am not on there. Let's go ahead and show a combo. Actually, before I get to that, one thing to note is that with the floor break, that's the only opportunity in Tekken Tag 2 where you can get 2 bounds in one combo. So let's go ahead and show a combo.
And that's basically because once you floor break, your opponent is left in a bounce state and it stays below.
Right, so once you initiate the floor break, when you get down to the floor below, your opponent is going to be in a bounce state when you land, where you can follow up with some attacks.
So basically, if you use the combo where you bound them beforehand and then you did a floor break, you would have a combo where you double bound.
Exactly.
Yeah, but keep in mind that the juggle counter still keeps adding on even though you have a double bound in the combo.
Right, so they're going to keep getting pushed further and further away.
So that next hit when you're on the floor, it's going to send them pretty far.
Yeah.
You want to go for your last big hit once you land. Certain things with the floor break is that when you initiate it with a throw, you're not always guaranteed a follow-up once you land.
Right,
With
most
certain
throws,
characters.
and most throws just barely give you like a little low kick or something after that.
Yeah, or sometimes even that. Sometimes most characters don't even get anything.
Yeah. Cool, so let's go and show some stuff. Oh!
One try.
Yeah, so there you go, double down combo.
Double bound, double bound.
Right.
2 bounds in one combo.
And honestly, that was a really
my
short
goodness.
example, but you still saw the jokes adding on there.
I'm excited. I thought it was pretty cool.
Oh my god, double bound.
Okay, so we got wall break.
Triple bound.
We got wall break. We've got floor break. Let's go ahead and show them the new system that's in Tekken Tag Tournament 2.
Balcony break.
Balcony. Alright, so the final breakable feature in Tekken Tag Tournament 2 is going to be balcony break. Before we go on though, you'll notice in the stage select screen that there's going to be a little icon for whenever there's a wall breakable wall, floor break, or a balcony break that's possible. And you'll see it that's demonstrated by a little illustration of a little character falling over a balcony going, ah, and just like that. So we're going to demonstrate that here. And when you're picking a tag team, as I have right here with Ancient Ogre and Kunimitsu, your point character is going to be sending your opponent off the cliff, and your tag partner is going to be waiting downstairs to combo them.
Because they know they're coming.
You have to make sure to do a long combo so they have time to get down there. If you do it too fast,
Shut up. That's not true. But basically, balcony break is going to be a combination of the wall break and the floor break. That we
Yes,
just
that's
covered.
correct. And we'll demonstrate that right now. First thing we're going to show is just a pure wall break into a balcony break with the tag partner waiting downstairs.
Right. Sounds complicated, but it's not. Here we go. Boings.
Yeah. As you can notice there, Tiger, as he hit the floor, his face was bounding off the ground because that hurt so bad. And Kunimitsu picked him up, taking away his red life. So no matter what, whenever you balcony break, red life is always going to be taken away if your tag partner connects with a hit.
Interesting.
So as you notice there, Tiger was put in a bounce state once he was done falling from the balcony. And if you catch them before they actually hit the ground, you can actually save your bound for whenever you like in your combo.
Interesting. Let's go ahead and show them an example of that.
I'll try to show them an example of that.
Oh.
there you go.
As you guys saw right there, I caught him with a jab before Tiger hit the floor, and then I was able to save the bound for later and finish up with a combo of my own,
Nice. So,
rather than using the bound immediately.
right.
Alright, so there's one more situation where you can create a double bind situation, and I'll demonstrate it here. Basically how it started is you have to use the bound before you break the balcony, and then you let them fall to the floor to get the second bound in this situation, just like a floor break.
Right. Damn.
Oh.
Tight.
Alright, so that was a very simple demonstration of the double bound again. For this, you have to let them fall to the floor, and that's basically how you get a double bound in a balcony situation.
Now,
It's so colorful on the ground.
Now we showed a bound combo up top, but we can also do a bound combo at the wall, and in that situation we can also use a tag assault.
Yes.
And we didn't mention this in the wall break section, but during a tag assault, your incoming character cannot break the wall at all.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
So only the point character, when they come back in after their partner comes in, then you can break the wall.
after a tag assault.
Yeah, because
So let's go to show them an example of that really quick, where it doesn't break the wall, and then where it does break the wall.
Alright, so I'll show you guys here. With your point character, you can break it. With your tag assault filler character, you can. So as you saw earlier, I was using Ogre's forward 1+4 the shoulder tackle to break the wall, break the balcony. But I'll use him as the tag assault filler character and use the same exact move, and I'll demonstrate that it doesn't break the wall.
Ooh, okay.
Alright, so as you saw right there, Ogre came in and he did not break the wall once he did the shoulder tackle. But if I use him as the point character and I use Kunimitsu as the filler character, then Ogre will be able to break the wall. Correct.
Oh,
How'd you get down there?
So she was just
She's a ninja.
upstairs, hanging downstairs. I don't know how she did that much.
but the point is, tag assault at the end of it, your point character can still break the wall.
Yes, that's correct. And this also applies to floor breaks as well.
Oh, right, the filler character cannot break the floor, only the point character can break the floor at the end of it.
Yeah, and also you notice that floor breaks, you usually use a bound move to start it, and then you tag assault. That initial spike or that bound to get into tag assault will not break the floor either.
Interesting, so as long as you're buffering it to make it a tag assault move,
Yeah, you could
it'll
actually
prevent the
save
floor
it.
break.
Yeah, you could actually save the floor break. That's
Wow, very interesting.
Okay, so the last thing about balcony breaks is that you guys saw what we could do with tag teams, but what about the solo teams? Or
That's
it's
not a team.
Yeah, that's not a team. You're a solo player, you're not a team player.
Well, let's go ahead and show them a solo character doing a balcony break.
Alright, so as you guys can see here, we have Tiger Set in solo mode. So what happens if he breaks the wall on a balcony breaks area? So let's demonstrate it here. Whoa! Alright, so Tiger actually jumps down with the opponent, and then he finishes the combo by himself. Since there's no tag partner.
That's like a floor break.
Yeah, it's pretty much just like a floor break, and it also uses the bound up right away because there's no second character on below.
To catch him out of the
Yeah,
air.
to catch them before the actual second round bound.
And does that have to take off red light? Probably not.
No, it never takes off like that.
Okay, so that about wraps up most of the wall system and the break system in the game. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the different types of stunts in the game.
Alright.